Monday, Foxes. Welcome to another weekly announcement video. This is Mrs. Spielman here this week, and let's see what we have going on for you guys. First off, just a reminder for the month of August, our word is respect, and that is following the golden rule to treat others the way you would like to be treated. So make sure you're saying please and thank you to people, and make sure you're listening to them very well. Respect is a very big word for us, and we would like to make sure all our Foxes always show respect to everyone on campus. All right, it is campaign week. Campaign week is here. So candidates, if you are running for president, vice president, treasurer, whatever you are running for, make sure you go have your posters approved by Mrs. Cecil before you put them up. Once she says you're good, put them around campus. And students, please remember, be respectful of all the posters around campus. Do not touch them. Some of them might fall down because the tape might not be strong enough, but if you see one on the ground, make sure to give it to an adult so we can get that back up for our student council people who are running. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I really need a president and vice president and the rest of the council to help me with some things, so I'm excited. All right, and just a reminder, what does respect mean? It means using kind words to speaking and when speaking to others. And if it doesn't belong to you, please leave it alone. Do not go through backpacks or anything. We do have cameras around campus and we can see who is in them, but we'd rather not have to do that. We'd rather you just leave everything alone. All right, and a quick reminder, can you finish it during lunch? All food and drinks need to be finished in the cafeteria. Again, I'm seeing a lot of people making better choices about just bringing one size for them, because if you bring that big bag, your teacher's going to say, no, put it back in your backpack for after school. Again, we don't want any food outside for safety reasons. We don't want anyone choking. And again, we don't want the mess because we want to be respectful to Farmdale and make sure our school stays clean. And another quick reminder that we do not sell things to other students. You cannot sell candy, stickers, toys, or any items to other students. That is not something that we do at school, so make sure you leave all of those things at home. All right, I want to send a big thank you to our guest speaker, John from Feel the Power. He let us know that he was so impressed with our Foxes. He really loved our school, and he wants to thank you for being such great audiences with him, and he is so glad he got to share his story. So I hope you enjoyed it, and a big thank you to Mrs. Villarreal for getting that set up for us. All right, we have flagpole this week. We are going to have Mr. Magana's class leading us in flagpole on Friday morning, and we are recognizing our Student of the Month students for respect. So make sure your parents come to see you run the red carpet and be up on stage and get those pictures on Friday morning. All right, we do have a minimum day this week. It is on Wednesday, so make sure your parents know that you get out at 1:30. And make sure that all parents have downloaded the Parent Square app so they can be up to date on all the information that we have from school. All right, our Live the Creed goal is 7, but if you get to 7, don't stop. Keep going. So let's see where we are. We already have classes that have 3. Wow, those classes are going strong. Good job, Mrs. Gomez's class, Mrs. M. Garcia's class, Mr. Magana's class, Mrs. Newville's class, Mrs. Seychow's class, and Miss Vargas's class. Keep going. I'm impressed with 3 already. We may have lots more next week because Friday was a 6-letter day. All right, your attendance does matter. 5th grade is still in the lead with 96.48%. Good job, 5th grade, for coming to school. 2nd and 4th, you are really, really close. You're right on the tail. So make sure you guys are at school and on time every day. All right, a big shout out to Mrs. Ho's class who had their first science experiment last week, goggles and all. Looks like they had a great time. And thank you, Mrs. Hogue, for making sure we have those cool science experiments going. So great job, room 40. All right, a shout out for attendance for the week. Mrs. Charo's class had perfect attendance on August 8th and August 9th. Great job. Mrs. Gomez's class had perfect attendance on August 17th. Congratulations, Mrs. Gomez's class. And Mrs. Zhang's kinder class had perfect attendance all week last week. Great job. Oh, I skipped one really quick. I'm sorry. So we had our first snow cone party on Friday. Mrs. Vu's class is the first class to get foxes on time because her foxes have been at school every day and on time every day. So congratulations to Mrs. Vu's class. I know we'll be there again, and I can't wait to see which classes are coming up next. So make sure you're here to school every day and on time. All right, our quote of the week is believe you can and you will. Just like our presenter John said, he believes in you and I believe in you too. So make sure you believe in you because if you do, you will. All right, it is time for our kindness ticket winners. Let's see who we've got for the week. We know it's Mrs. Spillman's week, so Mrs. Spillman has to pick out a couple of extras, right? All right, we're shaking this up. Let's see. We've got Kayla from Mrs. Charo's class. Kayla, congratulations. We have Adeline from Mrs. Cecil's class. Congratulations, Adeline. Let's see, we have Augustine from Mrs. Wally's class. Congratulations, Augustine. And we have Ethan from Mrs. Ward's class. Congratulations, Ethan. And our final winner for this week is going to be Isaiah from Mr. Magana's class. So Isaiah, Kayla, Adeline, Ethan, and Augustine, I will be around this week to make sure you get your prizes. Congratulations. All right, and if it is your birthday, I'm going to do birthdays here in a minute. Make sure you go by the library to pick up your birthday book. All right, I want you all to have a great week. Make good choices. If you need any help of any sort, make sure you talk to Yard Duty, your teacher, or come see any of us, me, Mrs. Spillman, Mrs. Villarreal, or Mrs. Robertson. We're all here for you, and we'll be here to help you make all the great choices that you can. So let's get those foxes up. So to be a fox, repeat in your mind, be safe, be responsible, respectful, and kind. All right, have a great week. Bye!